Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today we're going to look at some brand new products from Give Beauty by Gwen Stefani. Namely, and most importantly, we have all three of the shades of the brand new Give Eye See in Sparkle Loose Powder Eye Sparkle. We're going to try out all three shades. There are only three. I couldn't decide. I went ahead and got all of them. And we're also going to look at two of her new lip liners that are quite a few weeks old and have been sitting around in my pile that I'm not getting to for review. So I thought it's a Give video. Why not give it to the lip liners as well? We are also going to do some comparisons and swatches in two different lightings. So let's just go ahead and get started. The Give Eye See in Sparkle, as I said, comes in three shades for $24 each. The way it works is it's got this little cute little twist-on gold lid and glass casing, or plastic casing, sorry about that. It is a loose powder shimmer formula mixed with finely milled glitter and pearl, and can be either layered over your favorite eye makeup, used in conjunction with the other shades, or put on either with a wet finger that will really make it a little bit more powerful, or kind of a dense synthetic brush the brand suggests to get kind of a one and done eye look. It could also be used on lips too. It is lip safe because it's so finely milled, so you can even put it on with your finger over some gloss just to give it a little bit of something something. In the demo you'll see that I'm slightly surprised because I'm going to compare it here to some of other new releases in single shadows that are sparkly for the holidays, and I thought this would give more coverage. You are getting a little preview of the Dazzle shade worn as a one and done, and it is indeed very subtle. Very pretty, but very subtle. But we can't get into the comparisons till we first look at these. And then also, we got two new lip liners that I said have been sitting there for a while. This one is no, this is not Chanel. I thought it was too. I keep putting it with my Chanel because I mistake it for that. This is Do Whatever. This is a $22 Overliner lip liner. It has a lip liner, an interesting shaped lip liner you'll see me use in the demo, and a brush on the other side. And this comes in, I think, about three shades for $22. And then she's got about three shades, I think, in this Scarlet Red waterproof lip liner. That's a very traditional lip liner without the brush on the other side and sharpens easily. This one here is a wind up. The Overliner one is a wind up lip liner. So they are a very different lip liner. This one 20, this one 22, and we're going to look at those in the demo. I thought I would just include them. Let's first take a look at what I was quite surprised to see is a very sparkly, kind of ethereal shimmer shade with not a lot of pigment, but that's not necessarily a bad thing at all. Let's take a look at them on my arm here in studio lighting. Might have some trouble seeing it. You might have to wait till we go outside to see them better. But here we are in Glimmer to the left, Twinkle in the middle, and Dazzle all the way right. Let me admit to you that these are super pretty, but I'm not sure you need all three of them as they are somewhat similar to one another. Again, that is Glimmer, Twinkle, and Dazzle all the way towards my wrist. You might have had trouble seeing those in the studio lighting, so let's take it outside into the warm California sunshine. Here they are on my arm, a little bit closer up in natural lighting. Glimmer, Twinkle in the middle, Dazzle to the right. And you can really see I really caked them on. They are very subtle. That's okay too. It doesn't have to be this kind of incredibly pigmented one and done shade. In fact, when we speak about incredibly pigmented, I wanted to compare these. Look, I didn't go to town and take out the little potted ones from Charlotte from seasons ago, or I didn't bring my Hourglass or my lid lusters from Victoria Beckham Beauty. Happy to compare anything you need over on Instagram for you, including sparkle shades from eyeshadow palettes. Just ask. Chances are I have it, and I'm happy to do those comparisons. But what I am going to do today during our video is some other new releases that you might think of when you think of this, including the Charlotte Tilbury little pop shots, and the MAC. MAC released some single shades that are also glittery. So let me show you what we got going here, and I think you'll be surprised how much more pigmented the MAC and the Charlotte Tilbury are. Again, not a bad thing, just a comparison. All right, so on my arm, I left those three Glimmer, Twinkle, Dazzle shades. And then as you see underneath it, going from left to right, we have a Charlotte Tilbury Pop shots in Lovers Diamonds, Smoky Quartz, Rose Gold, and Diamond Eyes. And then underneath it on its little lonesome is the Ice Gold shade from MAC. That was the only one that was comparable. My other two MAC shades are very pink or very green. And I only brought out the comparable Charlotte Tilbury shades as I saw it also. So that's not every one of them, just the ones that you might want to compare. And it looks like the MAC and the Charlotte work much better as kind of standalone one and done shades, although they would mix with eyeshadow as well. These from Give, you are going to want to probably use as a little celestial shade over something or something very subtle with a bolder lip and a lot of eyeliner and mascara. Again, there really are no rules, so just do you, of course, always. All right, let's take a look at the demo now so you can see me try on all three and play with the lip liner a little bit too. Stay right there. Okay, the Scarlet Red kind of traditional lip liner, we'll save that for another time. I will test that out and see how it works. But I'm kind of interested in this Chanel looking thing. Does it not look like a Chanel pencil? That is the Do Whatever shade of this Overliner lip liner, which has this lovely little brush on one side and this on the other. I haven't really tried this yet. So I also brought out one of the Give lip glosses. My table's too crowded here. One of these Give lip glosses. So we'll see if it needs a gloss over it. I really don't know. And it's got an interesting shape. So let's just give it a try here. I'll overline with it. And oh, the shape of it makes it really easy to use. Let's see. And kind of easy to overline. That's kind of a pretty color. I do feel that's actually really pretty. Gosh, with the gold caps, this so looks like Chanel. And you do have this brush, which I don't think I need, on the other side. Let's put on a little bit of this Give lip gloss. It smells like cotton candy, which I like. Okay, that's really nice. All right, let's go ahead and give these Eye See and Sparkle Shimmer Shadows the test. As I said, these can go mix with any sort of a quad that you're doing or eye look, and they can go together, but just for the sake of giving it a try for the first time, we're going to just do them on the eye. I brought over, they recommend synthetic brushes, which would make sense. I brought over a selection from BK Beauty, including one from the BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy set, because those are my go-to synthetic brushes. So let's do one on each eye, and then I'll take that off, and we'll do the next segment with, since there's 3 shades, we'll give that to both eyes. All right, a good way to get this out, of course, you don't need me to tell you, would be to put the cap on even loosely and just kind of see what you get into the cap itself, which should give us enough, but I don't know, let's experiment a little bit. This is the shade Glimmer, which you've already seen swatched. And it is definitely celestial, like a topper. So definitely something that I would generally, I think, use overshadow, but I am trying this for the first time with you guys. Shall we put on a little bit more and see? All right, let's flip it. Very, very pretty though. I don't think I knew what to expect exactly from these, but this is definitely a topper shade anyway, speaking for the Glimmer. All right, let's see if we get the same effect with the Twinkle shadow. I will switch brushes to a clean brush, and we will do the same method again and see what we get out of the shade Twinkle. Clean brush. Looks a little bit almost darker. Ah, that's a little bit more foiled. Still a topper shade, but boy, does that look wet. Let me get this really on here. Okay, and this again is the shade Twinkle. A little bit different. So we have, one more time, Twinkle and Glimmer. Let me check that. Yes, that is correct. Twinkle and Glimmer. And I'll put this down. Definitely. I mean, if you did a lot of really nice mascara and really deep eyeliner, it would be beautiful on the eyes alone. But I think in general, it looks a little bit like a topper shade to me. I am going to take these 2 off, and we'll come back and do the next Dazzle shade on both eyes and make that for the rest of the video. So stay right there. Okay, clean brush, everything off my face. I do have some mascara and eyeliner on now. Granted, that's backwards, but you know, when you're filming a lot and one day sometimes you're a little bit backwards. So we're going to take we'll take this BK Beauty brush right here, and we'll go into Dazzle for both eyes. And I really think the way to do this is, I mean, you could go into, the way to do it is to shake it onto the lid. I really don't see any other way around that age-old technique. Plus you get to get a little, you can do a little dance. Okay, maybe not. All right, let's try this on the lid. This is really finely milled, and in that sense, I'm quite pleased. I do, again, and I will try it in other videos, definitely think this would be really best as a topper unless you want a very subtle look. For being a shadow used on its own as a one and done, I think this one so far kind of has the most opacity to it. And you could put this under the eye as well. In fact, let's do that. It's going to look like Fallout, and you guys are going to ask me about Fallout. I am not seeing a whole heck of a lot of Fallout, I'm happy to say. A little bit. It's glitter, you guys. You know what I mean? You can't expect glitter to not behave like glitter, right? But I mean, in terms of the fact that it's glitter, I'm not seeing too much. And this Dazzle shade does seem to work the best as a one and done, if that is what you're looking at it for. And it would certainly be pretty, like I have it. You know, you could do up the rest of your makeup, maybe a bolder lip. It would certainly be pretty that way, but I think the majority of people will use it kind of as a celestial shade over some other shades. Very pretty. Nothing we have not seen before. Certainly if you enjoy the Give you know, aesthetic, and it's a brand you want to support, it just does appear to be a very good brand that Gwen Stefani has done, that it's worth, it's certainly worth dipping into, and not too much money, $24, certainly cheaper than the Charlotte and the MAC, but the MAC seems to be kind of in between. These are the lightest. The Charlotte seems to be kind of the deepest, most wearable as a one and done shade. And this is somewhere down towards the bottom. Very pretty and sophisticated on its own. Nothing we haven't really seen before, but it is nice. I don't feel like it's falling in my eyes. My contact lens wearers have nothing to worry about, whereas some of these others, like even the Charlotte shades, might bother the contact lens wearers. To get that opacity, the little glitter flakes have to be a little bit more substantial, and if that gets in your eye, it's certainly uncomfortable. Although anything in the eye would be uncomfortable, of course. This doesn't seem like it would bother. They're really, really just very pretty holiday shimmer shadows. I don't have anything negative to say about these other than the fact that you simply just might not need them, you know? But they're super pretty. If this is what you're looking for, I think you'll be quite pleased with them, if that review makes any sense. But of course, ask any questions, of course, below. The little lip liners seem adorable and nice, and also nothing we don't ever have, although I did think that Do Whatever shade that I have on under the lip gloss here is super pretty. I'll experiment a little more with the Scarlet Red, of course. You know, it seems to be that Gwen Stefani is doing a solid little collection here, and I don't really have anything negative to say about it. It's just if you need it or if it's your aesthetic, really. So let me know if it is. Do you need this? Is this your aesthetic? What are your thoughts on it? Let me know in our community chat below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. Hey, if you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe to this channel so I can continue to get the word out. Go ahead and come say hello over on Instagram and on TikTok too. And don't forget that you can become a member of this channel for special chats and behind the scenes content, plus some fun lives as well. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.